Yes, Dan, go ahead.
Coach, we talked all preseason training camp about having the right energy and focus entering games. How pleased were you with your group, not only entering but throughout the contest?
I'm very pleased with our group, but before anything, our fans were incredible. That was something I haven't seen in a long time. That atmosphere, the 35th anniversary. You had Rashard and Hidu out there introducing the guys. I thought that was absolutely incredible. And you talk about our guys being able to take that energy and build on it. Not get too high, not get too low, but just sustain it the entire game. But the fans, incredible. They fueled us.
Coach, Paolo had a career low 6 field goal attempts in tonight's game. Got to the line 7 times, had 5 assists, 4 in the first quarter. Can you talk a little bit about his approach to the game in the first quarter and how he affected the game as well? He was a plus 13, led all starters. Just his development tonight and not having to force his shot that's not there.
It's so interesting that you say that, and I love that you bring that up, because he did the same thing in the preseason when we were in Cleveland. And he passed the heck out of the basketball. He shared, he found his teammates, he made easy passes. And I go back to that play that he made on the right block to Franz. He darts it to the corner for Franz, knocked down 3. And that was very similar tonight. He didn't chase it, wasn't trying to find it. And that's the part about this group. It's going to be by committee. And the guys are celebrating that with this group, because this is who this group is. They want the man next to them to have success. And that's what they are. They want to win. They want to find a way to win, however that looks.
We've talked a lot during training camp and preseason about the maturity of this group. What did it mean to see that tested when Houston was able to cut the lead down to 1 and see this team expand that lead back out? Do you think that is something that this team would have been able to do last year?
Focusing on this year, I think it's really about that level of maturity. It's what we've worked on. The other day we played a 2-minute game, and we talked about how do you play when you're ahead? What do you do? There was a couple times where they got it back. Markel slowed the ball down, got us into our set, running nice execution. Franz gets to the basket. So I think it's those things that shows the maturity and growth of this group. And I think we just have to keep holding on to that. But then, obviously there's still areas of improvement that we can't let go of it when we do have a lead.
Coach, first of all, congratulations on the win tonight. I know Jalen Suggs didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but it was very evident the catch and shoot, playing in rhythm, shooting confidently with the ball. Can you kind of talk about his development this offseason when it comes to shooting the ball and y'all wanting him to take those shots?
We absolutely want him taking those shots. He's done a great job, as have all the guys in the summertime, being able to take a more mature approach into how they're going about their game. These are the shots we want them to take, finding guys. And that's the thing, if they weren't getting the shots, then we have another discussion. But they're getting the right looks. They just have to fall, and that's part of the game. Sometimes they fall, sometimes they don't. But if you're getting the right looks, we want each one of our guys stepping in with confidence and taking those shots.
That end of third quarter sequence for Jonathan Isaac, the putback, the impact shot, the layup, how meaningful was that for your team, and how meaningful was that for him?
I heard the crowd, I saw our bench, and you hear the energy and feel the energy behind it. That was such a momentum building play. I know he got the technical, and it's part of, we don't want to do that, but the other side of it is, we have also said we're a defensive team. And that's setting the tone right away defensively, letting know that we're going to protect the rim, whatever that looks like.
Jamal back here. Having the entire team play, going down to the full bench, how impactful is that for you guys in a season opener to just get everyone out on the floor, getting that experience just to start a season like this?
It's so good for these guys to feel I keep going back to the energy of the building. Our fans were incredible, but the ability for these guys that were, waiting to get in and able to get in to feel the excitement behind this team, the way our fans are. I think it's so great that they get to experience that. So now when we're working each day in practice, going back to the same body of work, they understand what and why they're playing this way.
Jamal, I know it's just, of course, game 1 of a very long NBA season, but you talked about the importance of setting the tone early and setting that foundation in game 1. How meaningful is it to have a win like this? And I guess, what are you most proud of in a win like this?
The growth. I think that the biggest thing for us is the growth and our maturity level that we, you started with the lead and you sustained the lead and, didn't let it get away from us for the most part. and being mature enough to handle success. And that's just what I told them before in the locker room. Being able to just say, act like you've been here before, because at the end of the day, you don't want to celebrate the one win. You enjoy it, but know that we have to get to work tomorrow. Win or lose, we're getting back to work the right way every single day.
Coach, how important was it for you to get a win before this long road stretch? Or what did you think was working well offensively?
I think, obviously Franz got going early. I think that was big. That was a big spark, that he fed off the energy of the crowd. He hit some big shots. And then besides the second side, it was our second unit was really good. They came in, they moved the ball, they shared the ball. Cole got going. But I think it was just such selfless play. Us coming out, we ended up with only 19 turnovers, but I think we had some great 19 assists, but we had some great looks. I think we have to just continue to hang our hat on the ability to find those shots and be willing to take those shots.
Okay, 2 more here. Go ahead, Chris.
How important is it for the growth of this team, just to control and lead throughout? How important is that for your team to grow and just controlling a game like this pretty much from the opening tip?
It's big for this group, and we've talked about it in practices. We play 2-minute scrimmages, so they understand what it's like to play when you're ahead, to play to win the game, not to not lose. I think that's got to be such a level of importance for these guys that they have to believe every time they step on the floor that we can go out and get the win.
Jamal, this is a special night for 2 players. One, it seemed like a welcome home night for Jonathan Isaac. And then it was the first real action for AB. Can you talk about their nights?
I think Jonathan was really good out there. I mean, he sets the tone defensively in so many ways, and just finding his comfort level offensively. He does so many little things. You saw the putback dunk that he had, offensive rebounds. He's getting to his shot when need be, but defensively, he's special, beyond special. And then you see AB. Didn't bat an eye, just walked into the game and did exactly what he's capable of doing. Picked up full court, active hands, got the block, pushing the break, controlling the team. The thing that we've asked him to do is how does he use his voice and his presence as the lead guard to make decisions, to make plays, and make guys better.
Thank you, Coach Mosley.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
What's going on, man? Good to have you back.
You guys talked all preseason and training camp about the importance of coming out and setting the tone and approaching the game the right way. How pleased were you with your guys' ability to do that tonight and maintain it throughout?
I would say extremely, honestly. We had lulls in the game. I think coming out of that third quarter, we didn't have a great start defensively, and we picked it up when we recognized it, and we were able to get back into our flow. And our mindset is just how are we moving forward? Can we keep that level of intensity and focus the entire 48 and moving on, to the next game?
Could you feel the energy in the building shift during that late third quarter sequence from you when you were, doing work on both ends of the court?
Absolutely. The fans were electric, and I love playing, with that unit, and I think that we can be special as a unit and collectively as a team in the way that we move the ball and just get out and run, and then obviously our defensive prowess became the ultimate 86.
You guys were out rebounding the Rockets pretty well tonight, and can you just talk about how you guys stayed aggressive on the boards?
Yeah, just something we focused on all training camp. Everybody crashing, guards coming back. Gary, even offensively rebounding. We did a great job offensive rebounding tonight, and again, just our focus is another level, and taking it to that level.
Jay, you came off the bench. You and your bench mates 61 points. You guys shot 57%. That's a pretty good bar. That'll win a lot of games. Is that sustainable? Something you can work with?
I really believe so, and I really believe it's a baseline. With this being the first game, obviously we're going to grow together. We're going to continue to gel, and again, we're focused on being an asset to the game, being an asset to that first unit, and coming in and changing the momentum of games and taking it to another level.
Go ahead.
Yeah, can you talk about that that block at the rim where you got the
That's my first take in the NBA.
I saw you stand over him, and then you kind of looked over your shoulder at the ref and walked away. So I think you might have. Did you have an idea that might have been coming?
Yeah, so, I saw it was green, and I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm either going to get dunked on or I'm going to block it. So I just went forward with everything that I had. And once I got it, I kind of shocked myself. I was like, okay. And then, the excitement poured over. I looked at him for a little second. I was like, I tried to look away real quick, but I got it. But I just excited about the play and excited about the moment. Went over to coach, and I was apologizing, and he's like, listen, we are with it. Let's go. The whole team was with it. So I'm just excited to continue to grow that defensive prowess, continue to, instinctually be the defensive player that I am, and no more texting.
Yeah, all preseason you were telling us that you were feeling 100, 110%. To be out there, to see you now smiling, how good, what are the emotions, I guess, like just to be back playing basketball and being with the team again?
I would say just pure joy. I've been through the ringer when it comes to injuries these past few seasons, and, I've worked extremely hard to get back and just focusing on each day and learning about myself, learning about my mental state, and just trusting God through it all. And to be here, to be a part of the team from day one of training camp to the first game, it just feels surreal. So I'm just excited.
Go ahead, Mike.
That moment when you blocked the dunk, it seemed like it was a I'm back moment. Did it feel like it?
Absolutely. Just being able to impact the game on both sides of the floor, but especially defensively. I feel that I am, one of the most dominant defensive players in the NBA, and to go through what I've been through when it comes to the injuries and being able to come back and still be able to trust it, and that was one of those moments where I'm like, I'm good. I'm absolutely good. I'm back. I can trust it and go block shots for this team.
Great. Thank you, J.I.
You guys talked all off-season training camp and through the preseason about the importance of approaching the game the right way, coming out with the right energy and focus. How pleased were you with the group's ability to do that tonight and maintain it throughout?
I think just on all angles, we was locked in. First unit, second unit, and allowed us to play a pretty good game. And Moses has been saying to us that we're ready, and I know we all believe that. So it was great to go get that first one, and we over 500. Let's work.
What did you think of the way the second unit performed tonight?
Well, we did our thing. You know what I'm saying? We came in. I thought we brought great defensive intensity, and I feel like as a unit, I think we feel like we changed the game kind of early, got us out to a good lead, and I think we just had them in shambles. It just felt good to be on that side of the court, on that winning side.
Cole, you led all players in scoring tonight for the Magic. Can you talk about your defensive intensity and what you kind of brought on the court, though, especially in that first half on Jabari?
You kind of look like Julian Newman.
Yeah, I know. I hear
You
that. Trust me.
Hey, I don't mean no disrespect with that. Well, my fault. What was the question? I thought I was putting that back on.
Talk to me about your defensive effort and what you kind of brought on that side of the ball as well, too. We know what you did offensively speaking. You brought it in the first half, especially with that play on Jabari. Just talk about that side of the ball for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, just put a lot of work in this summer, and just really wanted to put an emphasis on trying to guard and, not just being a liability, being someone who's alright and plus defender. So just for me, I've been trying to take pride in that as much as I can the last couple of years, and I feel like I continue to get better, and I'm gonna keep trying to get better. Ain't no mismatch.
Cole, we've talked all preseason, all training camp about the maturity of this team. What does it say about the maturity of this team that Houston was able to cut into the lead, get it down to 1, and then by the end of the quarter it was already an 18-point lead. It was back to an 18-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe in a game, maybe even last year, earlier in the season, whatever it was, we might have let that happen. We might have folded, and the tide of the game could have easily switched. But we stayed composed. They hit some shots, and we as a unit and as a team, we just we stayed calm, stayed collected, stayed under control, and it allowed us to get that lead back and turn that into a pretty big lead.
Cole, congrats on the win tonight.
Appreciate that.
There was a lot of positive energy throughout training camp, a lot of continuity, and how this group feels as close as they've ever been. Does a win like this and the fashion that y'all were able to win this game, does it validate the progress that y'all have made?
it's gonna validate me for the next like 30 minutes, and then we got practice tomorrow, and then we go on a tough road trip out to on the West Coast. So I mean, I think for us, like it's awesome that we went and got that first one. We can enjoy it maybe for like 30, 40 minutes, maybe tonight. I don't know, but we gotta get back to work tomorrow because this is we didn't come here to win one game. We didn't put all this work in to just win one game. We want to keep doing what we're doing to be used to this.
Cole, congrats on the win.
Appreciate that, Bozeman.
Yeah, last season it was you and Jalen coming off the bench. You guys both kind of have the ball, bring up the ball a little bit. Tonight it's you as the guy kind of leading the second unit there. Can you talk about the differences of having the ball in your hands more in the second unit and just leading them and how you played in the third quarter down the stretch?
I love Jay, man, and it brought a tear to my eye to see him leave that lineup with me. And I'm happy for him moving on to better things, but you know what I'm saying, miss him in that lineup. But it's cool, man. It's cool. I feel like I've just as a player come a long way, and I like having that responsibility now because I feel like I'm gonna make good decisions. I feel like I can control the game, and so it's awesome to have that trust put in me. And I'm just gonna keep trying to do what I can to help that unit succeed and help this team succeed.
Hey Cole, you walked into the press conference a couple minutes ago and saluted J.I. Can you talk about his impact on tonight's game?
Yeah, I already put a tweet out talking about that could be the defensive player of the year. Not could be that. He'll have a chance. J.I. He did some things and I'm just like, dang, just in that game where he changed the game with his energy. Just whether he had 3, maybe 4 blocks, whatever it was, and then after that sprints the floor, gets a layup, draws a foul, he's just a joy to play with. I said it before, and I said that he's probably the biggest difference maker on his team as a whole, just because it ain't many dudes. It's not any dudes in the league like that, just who can guard 1 through 5, who have that higher motor. And yeah, man, it's awesome playing with Jay. I love him, man. I'm happy. I'm so happy he's healthy. So happy. Happy for him too.
Hey Cole, can you talk about that energy from the fans tonight, the opening night, and then you guys were able to win in that fashion? What did that do for this organization?
Yeah, it was dope to actually have some Magic fans in here tonight. In the past, I don't, Lord knows who fans in here, but yeah, that was dope. And shout out to everyone who came to Amway. It was a great crowd, and they really, as the game went on, they got more and more hype, and so I love their energy. I think they started a little chant at the end. I don't remember what they were saying, but it was dope, man. Big shout out to all the fans.
How important is a win like this for the growth of the team?
It's cool. I mean, this is since my rookie year, this is the first time we won, I think, our first game of the season. So that's dope. And I think it's just for us, as you said earlier, it kind of validates what we've been doing just for the next 30 to 40 minutes. But I think for us, it's a big step in the right direction. Just, going to get that first one, there's a lot of nerves out there. And we fought those nerves off and played a heck of a game, I think. And we have to keep moving in the right direction and focus on this joint day by day, game by game.
All right, thanks, Cole.
Thanks, Cole.
Dope.